It's a lifestyle. Ultimate freedom. 2 wheels. It's being free. It's finding yourself. It's everything. All right, good morning, everyone. Justin again, as always, thanks for watching my channel. Yet again, we are going to make an attempt today to try to use this guy. But if we don't get a chance to, no big deal. What we are gonna try out is one more Icon plier. This is the adjustable joint channel plier, or tongue and groove as some people call them. I do have a pair of Max that we can try out. I've had these for a handful of years. A buddy of mine named Harley Adam up in Maine purchased them for me, and I sent him the money later, and they've been great ever since. I'm probably gonna be hooking up a friend of mine who had a bunch of stuff stolen out of his car. That's a terrible situation there. We'll talk about that later this evening. Anyway, we're gonna try these out today. So I will let you know what my thoughts and opinions are. And if we don't find anything to test them against, then when we get home, we'll do a little kind of overview, a little side-by-side action. Okay? Let's see what the day brings. Man, this thing is blown up for sure. It's running rough, it's spitting stuff out. Well, even though I believe it to be blown up, we're gonna try to test it best we can. I don't know how good this is gonna work out. I don't think it's warmed up enough, but I figured I would try since it's bubbling away. 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe. It's in for a service, for an oil change, multi-point inspection. Customer says that the brake lights don't work and they got some kind of heater control issue and it's gonna get smogged. So, could this be the oil change that we finally get a chance to use that little funnel thing? We're gonna find out. Nah, this isn't really that bad of a place. I don't think we need to use it right now. All right, so the bulbs aren't working. I think it's a number 3. We'll take these 2 screws out, and then this panel should pop off and slide back. Might have to get a panel popper. Just like that. Just lightly pry here. So you can get some fingers under it. Try to come back and just lightly push and pull. Two screws, 2 nubs. This is the part you're trying not to break. Slide it off. So go to the back of this thing. See here where it just slides out? And there's the 2 nubs. So, look at this bulb. Nice shiny, filament looks good. Look at this one. You can see the blackness right there. See that pearl shine? That'd be the burnt out bulb. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other side. There we go. Same thing. This side was harder. 2014 Chevy Cruze. Changing out a pure solenoid and a tube. Should be fairly easy. Just pop the connector off. Detach the safety lock. Need to push down like just a little more. There we go. Line should slide right off. Like that. Pinch squeeze. Push that off. Now what we're gonna do, put this together first. Like that. Slide this in. Push that in. Now I gotta get this one to lock. Come on, baby. There you go. Okay. That's that. And now we'll clear the code and go road test it. So now we're just gonna road test it, make sure the code doesn't come back on, probably make a couple of trips, let it sit, drive it again, and should be good to go with this one. Waiting on parts right now. I need an oil drain plug. I don't know, somehow mysteriously vanished. I got no clue. I took it out of the oil pan, dropped it in the oil pan catch. Don't know where it is. Just absolutely couldn't find it. I looked on the ground. I was like, what the heck? There's no way I could be missing this thing, but I was missing it, so. Oh boy. So we're waiting for that, a couple of the brake bulbs, and then on to the next job. See what we got going on for the rest of the day. Now, it's kind of got me thinking about stuff though. You know, you get time when you're driving, and you got time when you're kind of waiting for parts and checking out other stuff. Just want to do things a little differently now, you know? I don't know. I'm gonna explain it. Maybe I'm just tired of losing, if that makes sense. I'm tired of losing. And I'm not really willing to lose any more than I got now. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of it. I'm kind of getting burnt out of it. So I'm done losing, man. I really am. You know, I lost a lot of shit when I was going through my divorce. You know, and I had to sell a lot of things off. I had to work 2 jobs to try to figure out how to maintain my bills and stuff like that for, you know, our household at the time, plus things that I was still trying to get rid of. And, you know, even though we live in separate households, we're trying to make it work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really putting a good, strong foot forward with my lady to try to see if we can make it work, to see if we can build our relationship back stronger, you know, and that really takes both parties to do it, you know. So but so far so good, you know. We're planning on getting together here for Easter Sunday. I hope you guys got plans at your family. I think we're gonna do a little Easter egg hunt with the kiddos. That should be fun. Maybe a little barbecue action. Aside from that, you know, I was real close. I was this close to losing the bike. I kid you not. Like, I was already set up to voluntarily hand it in. It's been a hair over a month now. And, you know, I sold a lot of stuff at the swap meet these last few weekends. And I managed to drum up enough money where I was able to slap it on the Harley payment to make good on that. I made good on my rent. Now I just got a few utilities to come up with. I got some more stuff I'm clearing out. I'm clearing a lot of stuff out of the garage, a lot of things that are unnecessary. I'm going through everything, like all my life's possessions, and I'm just telling myself, like, do you need that? Do you really need more than one of this and whatever? And I'm really just clearing stuff out, man. I'm trying to get a hold of my finances. I'm trying to get back on a budget. I'm trying to figure out a new budget. And then hopefully in time, I'm making enough money here at work to where maybe I can move into a bigger household and we can be one big happy family again. At least that's the hope, right? But for the meantime, I've got to focus on me, you know? I've got to focus on work. I've got to focus on me. I've got to focus on my kids. And I just got to keep grinding, man. You know, I just got to keep grinding. Lucky for me, being at the independent shop, there's always work. So if I want to work on a weekend, I can work over the weekend and try to pull up a few extra hours, make a few extra bucks. And I'm all about that. My daughter's still in soccer. I'm coaching her with soccer, but there very well could be a couple of evenings where I stay a little bit later. There could be a couple Sundays that I just go in and do extra work. But whatever it's going to take, man, I'm done losing. I'm fighting to win at this point, and I feel like I'm winning. I got a positive attitude, man. I'm killer stoked. I mean, I was in a bad place in the beginning of the month. Sorry you guys had to see me kind of unfold some of that. It's rough, dude, okay? It's not just rough for girls, it's rough for dudes too. We just handle it differently, and maybe I didn't handle it the best of ways, you know, but I got kind of a destructive personality sometimes when things start falling apart, and I just felt like my world was falling apart. But I'm putting it back together, man. Like I said, I'm done losing, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's a handful of you guys out there that are going through the same thing, and hopefully you guys found something to motivate you, to push you to climb out of the gutter, you know what I mean? It's time to get that foot off of our shoulders and make that push-up count and get back up to the top, baby. And let's get back on our feet together, you know what I mean? All right, that's enough of my pep talk. Back to work. All right, if you're trying to check the cabin air filter in one of these Hyundais, it's behind the glove box. You give this thing a couple of pinches and you look at the cabin air filter. Now, the customers complain that the AC and heater doesn't work. Sometimes these can be restricted and cause all kinds of issues. This doesn't look too bad, but there is some stuff in here. If it was my car, I would change it just because, you know, it's a little dirty, and anything that you're breathing in here, that's what's going to get you sick. You know what I mean? You got kids. It's bad news. Just change it. It's cheap. Man, with the plan right here.
What's going on?
Let's snap on Garrett, baby. That's what, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Ooh, Tuesday. Weren't you a Friday guy?
No, that was Cornwall.
Oh,
Wow.
That guy quit.
Yeah,
He was done in like 6 months. Snap-on's killing me.
when I came back, he wasn't really happy.
Oh,
When he
yeah.
came back as a franchise, he wasn't too
He's like,
thrilled.
damn. Garrett be making moves, man. Look at these carts.
Trying to.
I seen some guys, they had some new stuff. I forgot what it was. There was some super secret
Flyers?
special. Yeah, maybe that was it. Was that it?
I sold out of those.
Did you?
Yeah, I got more coming.
What were they?
They are the 3-joint needle nose. They're like the 3 slip joint, but
Uh-huh.
they're needle nose.
All right, so these is the snap-on version of those Icon ones that we were checking out, just in case you guys wanted to see and up close. There's the part number. I had a couple of guys that were curious.
The needle nose ones that sold out.
Yeah. Oh, these are handy little guys. Look at this. Tiny little thing. Oh, man. Don't ruin his truck. Just one. Just want to see one. How often do you sell something this small?
I'll generally sell them out like super often, but when guys see them,
They want 'em?
They'll be like, ooh, I'll buy them.
Right.
I generally get them in bulk and just throw them on the roof. Eventually they'll move.
Oh, yeah. Any new cordless?
Oh, we got pretty much we went brushless on the Creates Impacts. I don't know if you remember that. Pretty much we're starting to shift all to brushless product.
Okay.
All that drills.
What's this?
That is the drill right there.
Brushless?
Yep.
Ooh, that looks nice, doesn't it?
I did everything.
Ooh. And it's in my color, sir.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not on that budget right now. I need a little bit more time at the shop. Arooski, turn some extra hours, maybe come in on the weekend. Got to get my budget right, but we're gonna get back, man. I was just telling the guys earlier, kind of done losing. I'm ready to get it back. That's a nice colored box.
The Arctic Silver is nice.
Is that what that's called? Arctic
Yeah,
Silver.
Arctic Silver. I like it with a purple trim. It's really pretty.
Yeah. And a couple of air tools that I've been needing too, but I gotta hold off on. What I really need is this right here, a cutoff wheel. Mine went missing. Not sure what the heck happened to it. Well, thanks, brother.
See ya.
Appreciate you.
No problem.
Let's get back to work. All right, on our next project, Chevy Tahoe. Remove and replace. I think it's a wiper motor. That's what we're doing. This is giving me trouble. Okay, quick little tutorial crash course. 2020 Chevy Tahoe. Customer's complaint is the rear wiper arm isn't working, and I'm gonna show you what you gotta do. You don't have to remove the spoiler. In order to get to the wiper blade arm, which would be under here, you have to pop the glass window. Right under here to the right side of the license plate, you'd pop the window, it lifts up, and now you've got full access here. There is this panel right here that has a 10mm nut and a couple of these little plastic clips that you absolutely will be fighting. But if you use a mixture of screwdrivers and trim tools, maybe a little plier action, you push the little nubs through and that piece pops off. It is easier if you have somebody from the inside pushing while the other person on the outside is trying to gently pry it. Okay, let's talk about the window regulator itself. There is this nut right here. I used this little crescent wrench, and it's approximately a little over 1 inch, 1.25 inches. But this is plastic, so you can use an adjustable wrench. All right, on the interior side, this is the plastic piece that fits right here, the mold. You'll have to pop the edges out one at a time from right here to disengage it from the side. Pop, pop. Then you can use your trim tool, try to scoot up in here and push these clips out. Sometimes they'll pop off on you. It's not a big deal. They slide right back in. This is your other piece though. So you can imagine it's like this. And yeah, see where these little feelers are? See that? How it's all metal there? See how you got the window regulator in the way over here? So yeah, you're gonna have to get in there to those holes right there, push them through. And these holes right here. And that's pretty much it. So it took us about 30 to 45 minutes to get through all this. But now you guys know. So if you got a 2020 Tahoe and you're trying to replace the rear window motor, wiper blade motor, that's how you do it. Well, today has been a very interesting day. A day of learning for sure. Let's see what other trouble we can get into. Any closer to getting this thing running?
Not really.
Oh.
Well, it's always closer. It's just
Well, you gotta be able to tune it. Right?
got to be able to start it before we can tune it.
Gotta do the do.
That's right.
All right, 2016 Toyota Prius. Looking for our OBD2 port. Plugging in the snap-on. Check engine lights on. Oh. Wah, wah, wah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so we just got an evap leak. So we'll smoke test that, or somebody will smoke test that later. Probably a fuel tank seal or something easy, I don't know. And now we wait, jump on to the next job. All right, purple and green.
And purple and green.
Correct.
And purple and green. So where the fuck this has to go, I don't know. I don't think that one will fit this. It's a different type of plug. Yeah. Well, unless this one goes here. No.
There's no other port on that deal somewhere?
Not that I could see. That don't mean there's
Or
not.
on the distributor maybe?
No, there's only the one, and that's this here.
extra?
I don't know. Whether this one, no.
I mean, one goes inside the cab of the car.
Inside the cab?
Maybe.
Why would it? What would it hook up to in there? I believe everything is contained here because we got power for this. Mm-hmm. We got power for this. It's underneath. You can't see it. Huh?
2004 Mazda B3000. We're going to be doing a water pump on it. All right, so that was a little bit of a chore. I was trying to originally go lefty loosey, but this is actually reverse thread. So in order to get the fan off, you got to go clockwise. We did the screwdriver method by using a mini screwdriver and following the threads around on the new water pump, and that's how we were able to determine that it's reverse thread. And then we got two 10 millimeters holding the fan shroud. So now at this stage, this is when I like to drain the coolant. I got full access, it can drain, I can take off little things here and there, but I also like to be looking at the water pump directly. All right, you got this 10 millimeter bolt that holds the AC line in the back once you've recovered it. Now I can get the compressor out of the way. We'll use a special quick disconnect for this AC line. Done. All right, so if you're trying to get the bracket off that has the power steering, reservoir and pump attached to it, there are two studs like this with nuts and little tiny bracket things that hold the harness to it. Take those off, and then there's 1, 2, 3 on the front side, and you can see from the back side where those are. You do have to take the tensioner off. It is an 8 millimeter, but you can leave the idler pulley alone. All right, then if you disconnect the crankshaft position sensor connector, you can leave the AC line here, and now you've got full access to all the bolts holding in the water pump. And that's a wrap, buddy. Let's go back to the house, talk some tools. What's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. Hope you're enjoying your Tuesday. All right. To close out the video discussion and talking about tools, we're going to talk about some specialty tools that you're not going to use all that often, but dang, is it nice to have something like this in your arsenal. Okay, this is a Cornwell ball joint kit. It's not as fulfilling as the Matco ball joint kit. OTC rebranded our Matco ball joint kit. I'm assuming they're also the same manufacturer for the Cornwell edition, though it does not specify on this particular C-clamp as the Matco one did. It also comes with a piece of all thread that passes through, obviously. You got your two adapters for the top and bottom. And it does come with 3 different size cones. Okay, small, medium, large. This is a toolkit that I decided to pick up about a year or so back. I had not used it at all. But it was one of those things that once upon a time ago, when I was doing a lot of steering, suspension, brakes, alignments, things like that, I actually used it quite a bit. Nowadays, now that I'm back at the independent shop, and I'm here to stay, okay, I'm focused on that. I don't really have an immediate need for a ball joint kit. They have like 2 or 3 different master sets at work. We also have various adapters that came off of old wheel hub bearings and races and other things we've put together as our, even though you would think it was trash, we ended up turning them into special tools and special adapters just to use for the shop press and things like that. So I don't have an immediate need for this. It's one of those items that I'm actually getting rid of and I'm going to be selling. I got a buddy of mine. Like I said, in the beginning of the video, when I had mentioned that a buddy of mine had a bunch of tools stolen out of the back of his car, he did, and it just damn near killed him, right? I mean, he had a lot of expensive stuff. It wasn't cheap stuff. He was doing a side job. He didn't think about it. He just wanted to run into the grocery store and grab some food after doing this side job. He was feeling pretty good about the money that he made. Came back out. Next thing you know, the rear hatch on his car is open and his stuff's gone, right? Lost a lot of Snap-on, lost a Matco, Cornwell, gear wrench, you name it. He had just bags. And he actually said, he had said to me, he made it too easy almost, and he didn't realize that. But he didn't think they had seen it. But somebody came by and must have caught eye of this or somehow and just decided to grab and go. So he had a couple of these go bags, and in the go bags had a lot of expensive stuff. I got a lot of expensive stuff, and a lot of this expensive stuff I'm not even really using. There's some of the stuff that I've got the majority of everything that I need, want, and will end up keeping at work. There were a lot of twosies and threesies of things that I didn't immediately need. There have been a handful of things that I most recently got sent that I decided to trade out. So we're going to be trying out some of the Icon stuff, right? And trading out of some of the more higher end stuff that I have. I'm going to try to reaccommodate him so he can get some of his tools back for half the cost. And we usually do like a bundle deal. Like him and I have bought and sold shit back and forth. So it's not the first time we've done this. I'm not out there trying to get rid of all my stuff. That's not what I'm trying to do. There's a lot of things that I do want to get rid of that's in my garage that's not automotive related. It's like, you know, a couple extra helmets. There's some clothes. There's weird adapters and little electronic cords and things like that. You know, my daughter's got some dolls and random things that she wanted to sell and so forth. And there's some pictures and picture frames and some old military gear, this, that, and the other. So, and there's some construction stuff and, you know, random tools and things like that that I'm getting rid of. Has nothing to do with the automotive stuff. My automotive stuff's all at work. It's all in the Matco 4S for the most part. However, inside my Matco 4S, yes, I did have some twosies and threesies, and there are some specialty tools like this ball joint kit that I don't need right now because the shop has a few of them. I could use a few bucks. He could use the little extra help because he just had his stuff jacked. Like he bought the master kit that I had from me a few years back, and that kit specifically got stolen. This kit doesn't have half the amount of pieces that kit had, but it also doesn't cost nearly as much as that kit did either. So I'm going to work some stuff out with him. I brought some stuff home. I was like, yo, dude, here's some stuff that I got. I'll give it to you 50%, 40% of the cost. You want to buy a whole bunch of stuff and help me out in a big, big way? I'm going to help you out in a big, big way. You know, I'm going to shave the price down. We'll do a bundle deal. It's a homie hookup, okay? He scratches my back, I'm scratching his back. So if ever and ever you have a friend that's in a tight way, tight pinch, something like this happens to him, and hopefully you can help him out. You know, I've given him some stuff for free too. There's always a handful of stuff that I'm like, just take it, just take it. He knows it. I've given it to him. I'm like, here you go, man. Look, I know you bought these things. I don't need these other things. You gave me some money. I appreciate it. Why don't you take this other stuff too? I actually gave him a couple of these Icon things that we had gotten for free because I had already had some of them already at work. No big deal. And he's going to go ahead and rock and roll and use them. I tossed in a couple of free things, you know. I might end up tossing this in as a freebie. I have the Knipex one. I don't know how often I'm going to end up using this. I do want to try it out. I'm going to try to see if I can find something to try it out on. So that way I can at least share my thoughts and opinions about how I actually feel about it before I give it to him. But there's just like certain things like that. He understands what it is that I'm doing here on the tubes. You know what I mean? I'm like, he knows that there are certain things that, you know, I would get for free. And I try them out. And then I'm like, yo, dude, I tried them out. I like them. This is what I like about them. Here you go. I toss it in. And it's like a homie hookup. Like I said, I've done this for a lot of people. Most recently on our last live stream, we did the same thing for GM Tech, right? Anthony. So we're going to try to get that mailed off to him Still waiting for some information, but you know, it's just part of it. It's part of the deal. It's part of the whole process. I've hooked a lot of people up on my channel that are subscribers that have gotten stuff from me for free. I've had a lot of subscribers that have helped me out when I was in a pinch and have bought things from me and hooked it up. So, I don't know. Long story short, everybody needs help at some point or another. And isn't it nice to actually have friends or associations with certain people that are there for you to help you out? I feel bad for my boy, man. I can only imagine what it's like. You got a lot of expensive stuff. You just got done doing a job. You're hungry. You just want to run into a store and grab a bite to eat, and then it's all gone? God dang, that's got to suck, man. I feel for him. I feel for him. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the El Camino getting up and running, okay? My shop owner's dad, that's who you've been seeing in the video, in case you wanted to know who Senior was, who's been in the videos. He's a camera dude. He likes being in front of the cameras. No big deal. Son doesn't really like being on camera that much. That's okay. But Senior, man, he's really close to getting this El Camino fired up, man. He went direct port injection. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen too many El Caminos lifted the way this one is. This thing's a beast. I can't wait to capture this thing on video and share it with you guys, man. This engine is a beast. I think he said it was a 396 is what they're trying to run. Oh, that's some, I'm waiting, man. They got all kinds of mods done to it. I think they're running a flat tappet cam or something like that. They got special lifters. This is a beast. They got a chip. They got a computer. Oh, man. I can't wait to hear it. I barely heard it. You guys barely heard it. I want to, right? I'm waiting for it to just be running and ready. And I want to hear a wow, wow, wow. That's what I want to hear. That's all I got for this video, guys. Look, thanks as always for watching my channel. Cheers to those of you that are viewers. I hope you enjoy your evening. I hope you enjoyed my videos. You might have caught in small segments and pieces throughout this video that got separated and put into smaller, shorter videos. Those videos were specifically designed for the people that needed help with that particular vehicle or that particular problem. This video is meant to be a daily vlog. I shared some of it. I didn't share all of it. You might have caught one video piece in there, but the other one you only got tidbits of. So if you want to see the entire teardown of the water pump of the Mazda B3000, you're going to have to watch that video. We did incorporate the Chevy Tahoe rear window motor removal in this video, but that was only a 2-minute video out of a 10-minute sketch. So I feel like it's okay to toss that in there to see that way in case anyone stumbled across it. They're like, oh man, I've got one of those. If that ever goes out, cool. Thank you, dude. So that's all I got. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Deuces.